friends. In this episode, you read it right. We've got the details for the immigration bill through the reconciliation process. You've been waiting for it. We've got news for you. So stick all the way to the end and we'll share all the details with you. Friends, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. I'm your host, John Ting. As you heard earlier, we do have the details. It's 17 pages for this, the bill provided to the House of Judiciary Committee, and we have it right here. It's 17 pages long. It just got released 2 days ago, about September 10th, and as you can see here, 17 pages we went through front to back. I don't believe any other attorney has reviewed it in this type of detail, so let me share it with you here. Number one, people wondering how can this even be part of the reconciliation process? Now, if for some reason you have been under a rock and you don't know why this immigration reform is going through the reconciliation process in the first place, then it's because we as in the Democrat side only has 50 senators, and you have to normally have at least 2/3 majority of the Senate to approve it. So that would make it at least 60 senators. So obviously there's not enough Democrats for it. And unfortunately, there's not any Republicans in favor of any immigration bill since the last 20 years for the most part, except maybe like the Gang of Eight or really four of them. So the main question that some people have been asking is, well, other than who is included for essential workers, is that how can immigration reform be included into the reconciliation process? And that is because they're charging you more money. And that money is going to go into the Treasury Department. Okay, so, and that money, even though it's going to be deposited into the Treasury Department, will be rerouted and sent to USCIS for, of course, their expenses. They need to pay employees. The USCIS, as you may have heard of last year, because of President Trump and all the antics, anti-immigration, USCIS was quote unquote at a point where they're at the brink of, bankruptcy, I guess you can say, because a lot of people are not applying for any immigration benefit anymore. And the USCIS agency does not receive money directly from Congress, not through the budget. So essentially, in a nutshell, this is how the Democrat politicians are trying to get the parliamentarian, get her blessing to get this into the budget reconciliation process. Okay, so that's the big thing I'm going to share right now. Of course, there's a lot more to share. Now, the next thing is who is actually included in this pathway to citizenship. Of course, some people don't know this, but to become a citizen, you first have to become a resident, a permanent resident. Some people, like during marriage, you can become a conditional resident, or through EB-5, you can become a conditional resident. But this, in general, you have to become a permanent resident before you become a citizen, okay? So number one, this includes, as many people know, dreamers, as many people call them, people who have TPS, the TPS holders, because if you don't know what TPS is, it's temporary protected status. People who have been, their country of nationality or citizenship has been designated a temporary protected country because of a natural disaster or political upheaval. For example, El Salvador, Honduras, Haiti, many countries. Okay, so, and then also this includes, people who have deferred enforced departure, DED, since January, I believe, 20th, 2021. Now, some things that you don't know is the age. There is an age cutoff, and that's 18 years old. You have to have been here at least at 18 years old. Now, if you were 19 or 18 years in one day at the time of your entry, unfortunately, according to this proposal, again, this is only a proposal, then you would not be included. Now, some people think that, of course, Republicans will try to, if this was going to be a bipartisan way, then they would try to say, okay, well then, or even let's say the moderate Democrats say, well, let's move that age cutoff requirement to say the person has to enter the United States before 16 years old. Now that, of course, would mean that is more restrictive, okay? It doesn't mean that just because you happen to be 16 right now means that you can apply. That's not what it means, okay? So you have to have entered before that age, okay? That's the main part. And as the previous big Immigration Citizenship Act of 2021 that had the entry date cutoff, and that was January 1st, 2021. So if you were younger than 18 and entered before January 1st, 2021, then that is good progress, okay? That means you're eligible so far. Now, keep in mind, my huge disclaimer here, this is only a proposal. So if you're going to ask questions if you're eligible or not, it honestly doesn't matter right now because it hasn't even passed through the parliamentarian yet. But I just want to share the details so you have an idea, okay? So I know many of y'all are going to be excited because I have some more news to share with you, okay? So stay all the way to the end. All right, now, by the way, if you enjoy our content and the way we present everything, please smash the like button, send us some love. Let us know what you like about this bill so far down in the comment section, okay? Now, who else is eligible? Many people are asking this, who else is eligible? Now, because you may not have TPS, you may not have DACA work permit card, or you're not deferred enforced departure DED. I know because Venezuelans are been granted DED, for example. So now, other than age and the date of cutoff, you have to have 2 years leading to a college degree or secondary education. Okay, so that means high school, or 2 years in military service, or you have worked for the last 3 years. Okay, now here's a little more details. Now, just worked in general for the last 3 years. Now, but another one that a lot of you have been asking, are essential workers included? I got some news for you here. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Okay, that they're talking about this memo here by Department of Homeland Security. I know it's a little small on the screen, but for example, it talks about the information technology field. It talks about communications field, even chemical. Okay, a lot more actually than people would think. All right, so certain facilities, energy field. Okay, so there's a lot more that's included, even water. So they're all essential, right? I know a lot of people are thinking about, okay, well, if you're a truck driver or delivery, logistics, things like that, it's a lot more than that. So that's why, I told y'all, I know it's hard to be patient, but here we are. We got some details, okay? So let's see here. Now, who is out of this? Other than, of course, if you were older than 18, who is out? It depends on your criminal history. Okay, if you have a certain crime, felony or misdemeanor that had an essential element that stated that you were an immigrant, then you're most likely out. But there's a lot more to that, okay? It depends if the maximum term of imprisonment is 1 year more. That does not mean you actually have to serve time in jail for 1 year more. It means if the criminal offense or the conviction by the penal code is what we call it, basically the crime, in the legal definition, if it states in the books that the maximum imprisonment term is 1 year or more, basically also known as 365 days or more, then unfortunately you're out. But did you hear what a key word I said? If the essential element means that that referred to immigration status. So they made it actually pretty wide open there. They made it broad. Well, what I meant to say, more broad in terms of more people being able to apply. But of course, if your crime is already a consequence to the current immigration penalties, then it doesn't waive that part. Okay, there are some waivers on certain crimes, but there's a lot of details to go into right now. First, okay, now if it's a state offense, okay, and not a federal offense, but if it's a state offense and you have an aggregate, meaning accumulated more than 90 days of jail time, then unfortunately you're out, okay? So that's what I read it so far. But again, friends, this is still very early in the game. This is still very early in the proposal. It hasn't even passed the Senate parliamentarian. So we're just getting her blessing very soon, okay? It hasn't happened yet, but hopefully, I know no one wants to pay more money for this benefit, but hey, you're about to you possibly, not about to, but possibly will get a green card, okay? I know many of you have been waiting for 20 plus years 20 plus years. You have been working hard in America and you have been contributing to your family, supporting your family, helping other family members, your friends and neighbors, paying your taxes. Please don't apply just because there's an extra fee of about $1,500. Of course, that is in addition to the regular USCIS fees. As of now, if you are applying for a petition and adjustment of status, I-130, or I'm not talking about like employment based, but I-130 and 485, that's $1,760 US dollars. So that kind of gives you an idea, but this is the Democrats' way in through the budget reconciliation process, is to charge extra money and have it funneled, deposited into the U.S. Treasury Department. Okay. So that's actually very intelligent. I did not actually think about that before myself. I try to predict things, but that I did not think about. Now, second chances. I believe everyone, at least everyone, I think, depends, but usually everyone deserves a second chance. Okay. If someone is in removal proceeding, this is what it says in the text of the proposal. Okay. If someone is in removal proceeding, you can request an opportunity to apply for this potential benefit, this application, or you can appear to be prima facie eligible. And not only if you're a removal proceeding, meaning you have a court date with an immigration judge, but if you are subject to an order of removal. So you could have been done with your case and have been denied your application from before through the court system and still be able to apply for this. Friends, that is a huge benefit, okay? That is a huge benefit. So thank your Democratic friends, whoever came up with this proposal. Now the other $1 million question is, when can this happen? Okay. When can this possible law start? Now, in the text of this bill, it says 180 days after an enactment, or May 1st, 2022. So let me just give you an example. 180 days from the enactment, meaning, and what is the enactment date? Right. We don't know yet, right? Because it hasn't even passed through we haven't gotten the blessings of the parliamentarian from the Senate, not yet, right? But let's say it's already past that part. Parliamentarian says yes, it can go through a vote. Okay, it can go to the Senate floor, and then what happens after that? Let's say like by December 1st, it passes, right, with at least 50 votes, and Kamala Harris as vice president is a tiebreaker. Then 180 days from December 1st, okay? That's when the law will be effective. So that's just an example. December 1st was completely made up, so don't hate me if it doesn't pass by then, but I just want to give you an example, okay? Now, what else? What else is involved with this proposal? It's actually very good news, friends. The waiver of the old priority date. That's great, because if you don't know, if you haven't gone through like consular processing, or you don't have a family member abroad and going through consular processing, also known as like going through National Visa Center, having the visa interview in their country of nationality, you have to be proactive within 1 year of the priority date reaching, showing up on the visa bulletin. So I don't want to say it's complicated. Of course, it's easy for me to say that it's, easy for me to follow. But for those that are not familiar with priority dates and visa bulletin, stick around. I'm happy to explain more. But basically, you have to go through the immigration process, or attempt to go through the immigration process within 1 year of your priority date reaching. So, and some people, unfortunately, are not able to do it in time, maybe because they didn't receive notification. In my personal belief, you cannot depend on the government to tell you. You need to be checking yourself at least every month, especially if the priority date is coming closer. So why is the government, why are some Democrats doing this? Because I'm sure a lot of their constituents who are the petitioners, sponsors, have a lot of family members who missed the boat or not able to make it through because they just missed the priority date and didn't follow up with the second step, right? Because a lot of people think the government is supposed to tell them how to go through the immigration process. Yes, the government websites, travel.state.gov and the USCIS.gov have pretty good information, but there are some gaps and they're not going to tell you A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 what to do, okay? There's definitely information on those websites. But anyway, what else is included? They're waiving this old priority date, okay? If it's been more than 2 years since the enactment date, then you're good to go. But guess what? You got to pay more money. Okay, friends, you got to pay money. So the minimum, it depends on the category. the visa category, but minimum starting is $2,500 for the main principal applicant and another $500 for each derivative. Derivative means your spouse or children. Okay. Now, that's very important to know. But again, if you want some status and you lost out, this is the best way. Okay. Unfortunately, you got to pay a little more money, but this is how they're going to get the blessing of the Senate parliamentarian. Okay. That they're going to charge more money. It's going to hopefully, hey, you know what? I just thought about this. It's going to hopefully reduce the debt, the national debt of the United States of America. Hey, all these Republicans are talking about the last 20 years. We shouldn't have a president that's going to increase the national debt. Hey, guess what? If you're going to continue to have military troops outside of the United States, that is a big contribution to the national debt. But no one wants to talk about that, right? So how is immigration reform going to help? It's going to reduce the debt using this. Okay, friends? If you stayed along all the way to the end, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, one more thing. For those folks who are winners of the diversity visa, this is supposed to help you too. For those winners from 2017 fiscal year into the fiscal year of 2021. I know there's been many lawsuits about that, but friends, thank you so much. If you stayed tuned all the way to the end, here's a treat. As you probably know, or if you're new to our channel, we do offer free 15 minutes here with our green card guys, our Ting Law group, okay? We offer a free code here, green card guys, not so secret, but if you want to take advantage of the free 15 minutes, please share this secret code to our cares team, because if you don't have the code, I'm going to be honest, you're probably going to have to watch one of these videos again, because we're very strict, because as you know, we do offer this benefit for you, and there's many of you taking advantage of this free 15 minutes, and go for it. But please know we do have limited spots for this every week, and we're happy to point you in the right direction. Even if you don't intend to hire us, we completely understand everyone has a different financial budget, but we want to point you in the right direction, if anything. Okay, friends? So please stay tuned to our channel. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe down below. And again, hope you enjoy our content. Smash the like button. Friends, let us know what you think about this bill. Again, it's only a proposal, but comment down below. Okay, friends? Thank you so much. And until next time, please continue wearing a mask.